If your friends talk bad about someone the moment that person leaves the room, then what is stopping you from realizing that this person might be talking shit about you too? How many hours a day you scroll? What is your Instagram activity? Can you tell me? Be honest with yourself. If nothing changes in your habits, will you be happy living the same life next year? Or where do you see yourself 1 year from now? Probably the same place with the same excuses and with a more frustration, right? Well, this is not scary. This is the wake up call for you. And today we are fixing it. So without a further ado, let's get into it. First thing to transform your life is stop getting in your way. Yes, most of the time, the biggest thing that is blocking your growth is not someone else, but it is you. It is the voice in your head that continuously says that what if I look stupid doing this? It is the fear of starting something new because you might fail at it. It is the overthinking that takes over before even beginning the task. Let's take an example. Suppose you want to post a video on social media or on YouTube or on Instagram, whatever platform it is, but you keep re-recording the same video because you felt it was cringe, because you felt it was uncomfortable. Well, I did that too, but not more than once, I guess. I did twice and I was like, okay, it is what it is. I have to upload it because I knew I could never be better in one video. You go and check out my first YouTube video and you will see the difference from then to now. And now that you want to post it but you're re-recording it just because you found it cringe, you will never post it. Or maybe you want to apply for a better job but you just convinced yourself that you're not qualified, or maybe you're not good enough for this job, maybe you're not up to the mark. You are not stuck because you are incapable. You are stuck because of your discomfort, because of fear of your failure. You know, growth feels unfamiliar and unfamiliar things are scary. But remember one thing, that nothing changes inside your comfort zone. This year, I would want you to try new things. I want you to fail as much as you can, and I want you to fall as much as you can, and I want you to get up and do things better this year. I don't want you to repeat the same thing that you did in 2025. Just that's it. You don't have to repeat your same mistakes. The only way forward is through the discomfort. Once you get over this, everything is going to be easy. Another most important thing that you have to do is invest in yourself like you really mean it. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person you've guaranteed to live with forever, right? So why are you the last person you prioritize? Investing in yourself doesn't mean it's all about investing money. It's about investing your time. It's about investing your efforts. It's about investing your hard work that you put in. It means you're saying no when you're exhausted instead of saying yes to avoid disappointing someone. It means not letting someone into your life just because they are begging you or just because you are feeling lonely. It also means caring about how you present yourself. Find the clothes that make you feel confident. Try different hairstyles. Do different things with your hair. Build a personal style that feels like you. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you show up differently. And that energy changes how people treat you. Third thing that you have to do is move your body in a way that you actually like. You don't need 20k steps. You don't need a gym or different kind of exercise that are going trend on TikTok or Instagram. If you hate it, you cannot stick to it. To be honest, I love working out. I've tried gymming. I've tried home workouts. I have dumbbells at my home and I do it. But the thing that I really love the most is walking and doing Pilates or yoga, the intermediate yoga. And I really enjoy doing it. If you dread it, you will quit it easily. Fitness should feel sustainable. It should be something that you can do every day. It should be something that you can easily include in your routine. Maybe you love going for walks, listening to podcasts, and you know walking can really help you to slim down your legs. Maybe you love dancing in your room. Maybe you love to do Pilates or swimming or home workouts, whatever you like. Instead of forcing yourself to wake up at 5 and hit the gym, instead of forcing yourself to go for cycling early morning, 5 times a week, listen to what your body says, listen to what your heart says, and do that. The goal is consistency and not punishment. Your body is not something that you want to torture. It is something that you want to support, right? So do something that you actually love. Another thing that you have to do, my girlies, is simplify your skincare. Girls, if you're doing 10-20 steps of skincare routine, that is never gonna help you. You do not need 10 products to look good. You do not need every trending serum, every trending hair oil, every trending skin cream. If your routine feels complicated, your skin cannot tolerate it. Learn your skin type. Watch a lot of videos. Understand if you have a dry skin, if you have oily to normal skin, if you have sensitive skin, understand your skin type and then use products according to that instead of just buying whatever is going trend. I have dry to sensitive kind of skin, so what I personally use is I use barrier repair and gentle moisturizer for my face. For example, instead of using 5 different kinds of serum on your face, maybe you just need a good cleanser, a good serum, just one serum, a good moisturizer, and a sunscreen. Healthy skin is about consistency and not chaos. So stop copying the routines that are actually made for someone else's face because your skin is different. Another thing that you have to do this year to transform your life is evaluate your circle. Yes, you don't even realize the most of the time you're spending with people are actually influencing your mind more than even you can ever realize. The people who are always gossiping, complaining, and criticizing others, that energy is slowly going to come into you, and these things are going to feel normal to you. You may even start thinking that maybe that's how people perceive you because that's what you are actually exactly doing. That's what you've been doing, constantly just judging people, being with people who actually gossip about others. If your friends talk bad about someone the moment that person leaves the room, then what is stopping you from realizing that this person might be talking shit about you too? Because if they can talk about them in front of you, they might be talking about you to someone else. And this reminds me of one of my friend in my MBA. This is what she used to do actually. She always and always used to complain and criticize about others, like literally about everything, their face, their dressing sense, their boyfriends, their relationships, everything. She used to complain about everything about others. And I always used to listen. And sometimes I was like, why am I even sitting with her? Since the day I realized that she bitches about everyone, I stopped sitting with her. Once we had a fight, not exactly fight, but we had a misunderstanding between us, and I legit said that to her face that if you talk shit about someone else, how can I not believe that you're not talking shit about me to others? I mean, this is something very normal to understand, right? Because it's not rocket science. And I said that on her face, and her reaction was completely like, oh no, I never talk shit about you. You are my best friend, you're my good friend. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I just left her because I don't want to treat that energy. I don't want to be surrounded by people who always gossip about others, who always talk shit about others, because no, I am not here to take all these things. Please go and show your trauma to someone else. I'm not the person to trauma dump. So choose your friends very wisely. Choose your friends who actually inspire you and who are not jealous of your growth or of you. Peaceful environments always creates peaceful minds. Another thing that you have to keep in mind, master the basic: food, sleep, and water. This sounds boring, but it changes everything. When you are dehydrated, underslept, and poorly eating, your mood drops, your skin gets irritated, your hair starts to fall, and your energy completely disappears. Have you ever noticed how things feel worse after a night of terrible sleep? Small problems seem bigger, you feel more sensitive to everything, more irritated the next day. Now imagine stacking weeks of that. You cannot build a powerful life on a tired body. Mark my words, you cannot build a powerful life on a tired body. Drink water. Drink 3 to 4 liters of water a day. Eat good food. Include fiber, protein, carbs, fats. Include everything in your diet. And have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And not the day sleep that you've been awake all night and now you're going to sleep at 5 a.m. Not that. Sleep at proper time from night till morning. It is not something glamorous, but it is something that can change your life entirely. All these small things actually build a small routine for you that you can easily follow and just glow up yourself. Another thing, this is my personal favorite that you have to work on, is reduce the mindless scrolling. Yes, since Instagram has came, I was so happy the day TikTok got banned in India because now you don't get to spend your hours on that. But now Instagram came up with Reels, so everybody is busy with that. Be honest with me. What is your Instagram activity? Can you tell me? Can you tell me in the comments? How many hours a day you scroll? And after hours of doom scrolling, do you feel inspired or do you feel drained? These scrolling of reels can actually give you the quick dopamine, but it can never give you the satisfaction that you want in your life. Instead of reaching out to your phone when you get bored, teach your brain to do something else. Do something productive. Do something that you really want to do. Read 10 pages of a book. Maybe build a puzzle. Paint, journal, go out for a walk. Cook something new. Maybe bake something at your home. Every 30 minutes of activity feels much better than 2 hours of doom scrolling. You want a simulation that actually builds you, not something that actually drains you. Another thing that you have to do this year, my friend, is learn to say no without over-explaining yourself. If you're recovering from a people-pleaser kind of a phase, this one will change your life. You do not need excuse to say no to anything. If you don't want to do something, just say no. If you already have plans, don't say yes to someone else just because you don't want to miss out on something. You're not gonna miss out on anything. Even you know that. You know what is important for you, your work or their work. Saying yes to everyone does not mean that people will respect you or people will like you. I've been there, I've done that. I'll tell you guys. I used to say yes, all of my friends, everyone who used to ask me, would you like to go for shopping with me because I want to buy a dress? And I used to say, yeah, of course, I don't have anything to do in my life. So I'm so free, I can come with you. And I used to go with them. I used to pay for the traveling expenses. I used to buy nothing. I used to waste my time. But now I realize that how stupid I was doing all those things for someone else. Even though I had nothing to do there, I still went there and wasted my whole day. And guys, just to let you know, all these things that I did for these people, they don't even talk to me now. So if you think that saying no will actually make them respect you or will actually make them remember you, that is not going to happen. So just stop being a people pleaser. Another most important thing that I want you to do is hype up yourself. I mean, people are already hating you. There are so many people who want bad things for you. There are so many people who don't want you to go ahead in your life. And imagine you also talking shit about yourself. Do you really want that? I mean, if you're not going to talk good about yourself, who else is going to do it, right? And even though when you self-doubt yourself, instead of saying, I'm not good enough, start saying, I'm learning and I will get better at this. If you feel like that I'm not looking good today, just put some effort to look good. It's okay to not feel comfortable every day. It's okay to not feel beautiful every day, and that is okay. And especially if you're a woman, our energy actually moves throughout the month. Sometimes we're in completely good mood, we're all happy. Sometimes we're just so sad. Sometimes we're always irritated. Some weeks you feel unstoppable. Some weeks you feel bloated. Some days you feel emotional. And that is completely fine, guys. That does not mean that you're failing. It means that you're human. So be kinder to yourself in low energy days as well, because if you can love yourself when you look good, you have to love yourself when you look bad and you feel bad, right? Another most important thing that I want you to do is find a hobby for yourself. Yes, instead of wasting your hours and hours on Instagram or on social media platform, I want you to find a hobby. I want you to give that dopamine hit without Instagram. You don't always have to do side hustle. You don't have to make money out of your hobby. You don't always have to do it. Just find something that you really enjoy. Maybe start baking, go for fishing if you live near sea. Learn something. Maybe learn how to swim, maybe learn how to do dance, or maybe just learn how to sing. Just do whatever that you like. A hobby should be something that you do without pressure. You don't have to sit with your paints or feel like, oh, what I'm gonna draw today, what I'm gonna paint today, I have to paint something. You don't have to be like that. Just sit with something and just paint whatever that is coming to your mind, or maybe just cook whatever is coming to your mind. Instead of scrolling 1 hour on Swiggy and Zomato that what should I order today, just go and cook for yourself, girl. The point is not perfection, the point is presence. So becoming the most successful, hottest and the most perfect version of yourself, it's not easy. And it's not about perfection. It's all about doing the small efforts every day, taking the small initiatives every day. It is about the consistency. It is about the small choices that you make daily. It is about choosing growth over your comfort. And most importantly, it is about not abandoning yourself in the process. 2026 is not too late, guys. It's just February. You still have 10 more months in your hand. Imagine seeing yourself in 2027 in February and you would be in a different place right now. You will be thankful that I started last year and you still have 10 months in your hand. You can just do whatever that you want to. It's not about becoming perfect. It's all about becoming what you already have in you. Keep doing it and just work on yourself. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments that what you want to do with your life or what step you're gonna follow from this. Until then, keep learning, keep hustling. You got this. See you in the next one. Bye bye.